Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. .3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Nigeria. And of course, at the moment, we're told that over 1,000 of those nationals have now made their way back to their country. But I want to get a sense from those that are here, just how they feel about this process. My brother, if I can just speak to you, in terms of this process, how are you feeling about this process that is unfolding here? I hear that many of the people have also been left stranded for quite a number of days here.
Yeah, my brothers and sisters, all African Union, I'm not happy. There are groups who are living here. We have been here struggling. I've been sleeping here for more than 3 months. It's not right, my brother. Why is African doing this to Africans? What is happening? This thing needs to be done properly. We are suffering here, man. Nigerians are suffering here like we are. I don't know how to explain. Please, those who are the leaders, you have to do something. All African Union must come together. Please do something to make sure that everybody here, we are stranded. Why? Why are we feeling pains for nothing? Please, help us. Let us go back to our country, man. What is happening, man? Hey, you guys must help us. We are stranded here, man. Must I die here? This is not my ancestors' land. You people must help us, man.
Okay.
The gentleman is so heartbroken. For the whole minute, I thought he was South African. He actually is Nigerian. All right. So just in, about 30 minutes ago, final batch of Nigerian just a minute, please. Evacuees from South Africa arrive in... Ooh, is this correct? Hold on. Just a minute, please. All right. Okay, so, yeah. The channel is reporting final batch of Nigerians arrived from South Africa in Lagos. And it's interesting that some South African news outlets are still reporting that there are Nigerians stranded in South Africa. So we're waiting for this particular story to properly clear its way out. If in the last 30 minutes, the last flight is set to have landed Nigeria, we don't know why this South African media outlet is still reporting. This was a day ago. This particular report was just a day ago. All right, so hold on. I'm trying to piece a story here together, if you would allow me a minute. This, I think a priest who committed suicide, which I find to be very, very unconventional for a priest to commit suicide. I found that on one of the blogs, and I read the story as to the reason for which he committed suicide. And your conclusions pretty much may be as good as mine. It appears as though he just didn't want to come back to Nigeria, and he committed suicide in Massachusetts, USA. Welcome to the sunny side. How are you? I've been getting tags to talk about flooding. I think the flooding is really bad. There's the bad we think we know, and then there is the bad that is first-hand experience. So I think that can be a part of our second conversation today on the show, to truly just analyze and evaluate this flooding situation. What is it, and what have people lost? Which I think is also something that rarely ever gets spoken about. The things that people lose and whether they get any kind of compensation for loss. Because the question of insurance is neither here nor there, you know? So we'll talk about that. And I guess people who have had a very, very tragic experience thus far. I think yesterday was our break. Prior to yesterday, the last 2 weeks, it's pretty much been raining every day. Something you really want to just truly be grateful for and enjoy. And then you realize that there are people who are not just suffering, but truly may have actually lost something during the course of this few days where it's really rained. Cars, and I've been trying to follow up a conversation about Nigerians talking about the possibility of China permeating the Nigerian vehicle markets, and it's possible that people who want cars may soon be driving because it's going to be more affordable Chinese vehicles. We'll talk about that in a moment. And also on our list this afternoon, Sunday Diary donates, as a Tinubu aid, donates 50,000 naira each to rescued Orire children. 50,000 naira each. I think that's good. It's a way to maybe I want to say sympathize with them. Yeah. Let's find out what the government really does. It's a moving story. It's better that we're not so critical, preemptive with our thoughts and our biases. Let's just wait. I wondered when I read the story of the release and the fact that, the government's trying to really just help the victims of kidnapping in Oyo State. Then someone reminded me that there are kidnapped victims in Borno State that we're still waiting to be released. I was like, yes, that one. We've all probably forgotten at this point. And then there's another story that I really think we have to talk about, which pretty much is just off the backs of what we discussed yesterday. There's a thread I came by on social media, and it is of Nigerians complaining about other Nigerians who are attempting to... I don't want to use the word rob because it's so heavy, but it's a kind of swindling. It's this gimmick where you lie in order to gain, which really is corruption if you think. It's a lack of morality. It's a lack of human decency. But I'll share the thread with you. And I think that conversation is so important. And coincidentally, we were just talking about that yesterday. And then this morning I came by the thread where Nigerians are saying, look at what Nigerians are doing. And it's about Temu. Yeah, it's about Temu. This situation where, and that is such a brilliant, I think the Chinese structure of e-commerce, particularly when you sample Temu, is just brilliant, right? But I mean, I think that's exactly what's obtainable everywhere else. And because they're very elastic, they're open to restoring damages, restoring goods, they're open to returns, and open to partial or full refunds. Nigerians are exploiting that particular window already. So somebody would receive an item and then someone would lie that they haven't received it, or they would receive an item and then lie that one of the items damaged only to get a refund. And that's the conversation on X right now. All right. So I really also wanted to bring that to your notice to say, this problem that we're talking about yesterday, it really just gets to show you that it has now become a ripple effect of something far more reaching. We have allowed social issues to permeate mind. And yes, it's very possible that the things that's happened in your environment can totally rewire your brain. Totally rewire your brain. You don't believe me? Do you know that every video or every person I have spoken to about illegal migration, or those who have been victims of it, always talk about other Nigerians whom they met there and have been there for so long who have gone mad? So basically, it is that these other Nigerians that they have met have endured such intense level of violence that it has broken the human spirit. So if that is true, then you can begin to imagine how your society and the bad nature, the bad mentality in society can pollinate. So you may not necessarily see that you're the worst guy. You may think, well, I'm not stealing 10 billion. I'm not stealing 40 trillion. I'm not inserting a fake agency into the national budget. Yeah, but you are corrupt because you're doing the little things in your own community, in your own household, that suggests that you're no different from the guy who inserted well, that's not me assuming that he's guilty already, just a very random example. Like, you're not better than the people whom we gather here every day to talk about and criticize for what would be a lack of moral fiber, a lack of a pure spirit, the lack of courage to be anything more than an inferior human being. It's 48 minutes past 12. All right. So first, happy and welcome to Nigerians who have just come in. I think that's a very good place to begin. Yeah? Okay, good. What your lives are going to become, we don't know. There is no guarantee. But this is to let all Nigerians know that at least so far, the way this is going, the Nigerian government has done the good work of bringing every Nigerian who intends to come back from South Africa to Nigeria successfully. It's a moving story. Developments will follow. I'm not even sure what South African media is reporting, but I'll find that out, ensure that they are even sure on their part that there's no Nigerian left behind, and of course bring you that information. In the meantime, we're off on a break. We'll be right back. When we come back, you know exactly we have so much to talk about.
Quality talk.
Intelligent conversations.
Always interesting.
So engaging.
Sometimes even mind-boggling.
Nigeria Info. Ask everyone. Anyone.
The season finale of the I Beg to Differ debate tournament, the Tournament of Champions, is kicking off Monday, August 10 at 3 p.m. right here on Nigeria Info. Come out, witness brilliance. We're inviting you to come witness courage, absolutely epic debate, and witness history in the making. 16 of Nigeria's finest secondary schools together right here. 3 debates every day, 4 weeks of fierce intellectual battles. And we get to choose, we get to witness and see champion of champions. Champions from Abuja, from Port Harcourt, from Lagos, all of them going head to head, shoulder to shoulder, in the ultimate battle of ideas, logic, and persuasion. Right here with us on Nigeria Info. For sponsorship inquiries, please email info@nigeriainfo.fm or I beg to differ at nigeriainfo.fm. I beg to differ, the Tournament of Champions. You have to be there. Do not miss it.
This is The Sunny Side. My name is Joyce.
Tune in to The Sunny Side with Joyce every weekday from 12 to 3 p.m.
Expect so much fun right here. 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, so we're a few minutes away from the top of the hour. We go from the evacuees from South Africa to Nigeria. Yeah, there's some Nigerians who do not want to come back. They have insisted they will remain in South Africa. Good for them. All right, welcome home, Nigerians, back home to Nigeria. This news here is something that I would like to add as a reference point to our conversation about Nigeria. A 54-year-old Nigerian Catholic priest ends it all days after being ordered to leave the U.S. And he killed himself in Massachusetts, the U.S., days after he was ordered to leave the country and return to Nigeria, where he had reportedly expressed fears for his safety. He died July 2nd at his residence, according to the police, where he had, according to the clinic where he had served as Archdiocese of Boston. He served as a hospital chaplain and parish priest. He served there since 2021. And pretty much his religious work visa was due to expire July 29th. But his home diocese of Abakaliki had instructed him to return to Nigeria ahead of a new assignment scheduled to begin August 4th. He gave reasons why he didn't want to come back. In his farewell message to parishioners, he had said his departure was not by choice, but was necessitated by circumstances beyond his control. Days before his death, he reportedly suffered a panic attack while driving to celebrate Mass and was treated at a hospital emergency room. The particular bishop later informed fellow priest that this Nigerian had died by suicide. And then, of course, U.S. Nigerian Civil Society Coalition claimed the priest experienced severe emotional distress over the prospect of returning to a region where Catholic clergy have been targeted by kidnappers and attackers. The group also linked his inability to renew his U.S. religious worker visa to current immigration restrictions. He could have just come back home, but he didn't for I don't want to say that the reasons are obvious. Maybe they are. Recently, we know that South Africa has ordered Nigerians to come back home. And yes, a lot of Nigerians who feared for their lives wanted to come back home. And if you listen to the sentiment, many of those Nigerians kept asking, what are we coming back home to? What is there to come back to? And this really just informs us why we all have to work together towards this country being better, whatever that means for us. We have to clearly define it. We have to clearly establish it. We have to clearly ensure that we understand what better means for everyone and work towards it. There is no way backward. It's only way forward. Now, if we're not moving forward, we're falling. All right. We're going to go off on a break. I also want to play you a particular video by the First Lady. And I guess this is her own contribution to ways by which we can make the country better. It's about 3 minutes, and I don't have that before the commercial break, so I'll say you wait for me. We'll go off on a break when we come back. Yeah, I told you about this yesterday. You should hear it. You should hear it from the horse's mouth. We'll be right back with Nigeria Info.
More news and information coming up. We'll be back in a moment.
The nation's most brilliant young minds gear up for the National Secondary School Debate Tournament. It's the season finale of the I Beg to Differ Secondary Schools Debate Tournament Season 9. 10th of August at 3 p.m. Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt will come alive. Champions from Abuja, Port Harcourt, and Lagos will go shoulder to shoulder for the crown of the Champion of Champions. 16 secondary schools, 3 daily debates, 4 weeks of intense matchups. Who will be the Champion of Champions of the I Beg to Differ Season 9? The final lap of the journey begins August 10 at 3 p.m. For sponsorship inquiries, email info@nigeriainfo.fm or ibegtodiffer@nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
So debaters, the floor is now yours.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk.
But our priorities are different. And I think it's high time we started helping those who need help in the country. I want to appeal to our young ones in the entertainment industry. I've mentioned it before, and I will use Akon, a music icon who does a lot of great charity work. They make the Burna Boys of this world, Ashake, all of them, Davido. We want to see you with one foundation or the other, helping the poor with your money. Not just good cars are good. A Maybach is good, Rolls Royce is good, but still, you can still help. The burden on the government is huge. You can still help. There are pepper sellers, there are vegetable sellers, there are okra sellers, melon sellers, akara, kuli. Akara is delicious. I can tell you that. And there was once I read an article about a young graduate who said he didn't get a job. And he said he sells akara because he couldn't get a job. And he's in Abuja. We approached him, but I didn't put my name to it. We equipped him more. He now has 12 workers working under him. And he's doing very, very well. So people should never despise jobs. I entered into Kogi today. I saw job opportunities. Me up here, I've been a classroom teacher. One of my teaching service exercise was I remember Ikole Ekiti very, very well. I've never been to Ikole Ekiti since then. I'm talking about over 40 years or 40-something years ago. but my experience was great. The memory of the beauty of this nation is there. When you look at the serene environment, I hope you all felt it when you were landing in. And so also it has been to various states we have visited. Nigeria is such a blessed country. It's endowed with so many good things. And the high time we started identifying this and tried to import foreign ideas into our system. Look at what happened with all those deportees from South Africa. It is disheartening. They went, at least with some resources, to South Africa, thinking that they would come back big. But unfortunately, they came back empty. But I'm glad they have a home that can receive them. A home who is ready to lift them up again. Nigeria is good. We should all come together, join hands to build this great nation. And it's good that they've gone out there. They've seen that what you think is not enough, other people envy you. So it's a lesson for our young people. Till the ground, walk the ground, and this earth, this ground will be a blessing. It will prosper you in Jesus' name.
The conversation is happening. Be a part of it.
Criticism of the president is unfair when it comes to security in the country.
Contractors, you say a lot of the agencies of government to be attributed to the government.
There's no court order that will tell you to block or go and reclaim without approval.
Let's talk on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
It's 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
The news update on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Good afternoon to you. I am Buluwatife Jigade with the news. The fifth and final batch of Nigerian returnees from South Africa has arrived in Lagos. The flight landed at Murtala Mohammed International Airport at about 11:28 this morning. A total of 308 people were on board. They include 305 returnees and 3 Nigerian government officials. Nigeria now has a deadline for going fully digital on TV, December 2028. NBC boss Charles Ebuebu says the switch will free up valuable spectrum for telecoms and other services. He says more phases are coming, covering pay TV and content production. Audience measurement is also being rolled out nationwide. Former Code of Conduct Tribunal Chairman Danladi Umar has been granted bail in Abuja. A Federal Capital Territory High Court judge set bail at 100 million naira with one abased surety. Umar is facing corruption and abuse of office charges. He stays at Kuje Custodial Center until those bail terms are met. And gunmen have struck a school in Kogi State, abducting 4 students. The principal, a NECO staff member. The attack happened during an exam at Government Secondary School, Oduekina. Police say one student has already been rescued and a search is underway for the rest. Security operatives are also working to arrest the attackers. And on the foreign scene, tensions between the US and Iran are escalating fast. Iran says the Strait of Hormuz stays shut after new American strikes on military targets, warning other oil routes could close too. The US says it hit Iran with drone, air and navy strikes overnight into Wednesday. Trump is now threatening bridges and power plants next if Iran won't talk. And that's the news on 99.3 Nigeria Info. If you have more news report for us that you want us to cover, call us on 014657175. Follow us everywhere on social media. We're 99.3 Nigeria Info. Thank you so much for staying with us. I am Buluwatife Jigade. The Sunny Side with Joyce continues.
Quality talk.
Intelligent conversations.
Always interesting.
So engaging.
sometimes even mind-boggling.
Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. Ask everyone. Anyone.
This is
the sunny side.
If news is your quest, or gist your request, well, somewhere over your rainbows.
Over your rainbow!
Is the sunny side.
They better know it!
With Joyce.
Let's talk.
Okay, and you just heard it, and it's worth repeating. In the news, gunmen have abducted the principal of a government secondary school, Ado Ekina, one National Examination Council students or ad hoc official, and 4 students during the ongoing NECO examination in Dekina local government area of Kogi State. So it is one National Examination Council ad hoc official and 4 students during the ongoing NECO examination. When we spoke about the oil incident yesterday, I think a lot of people suggested that Makinde should move forward. And some other people thought, well, a few people actually thought that there was sense to a probe into how it happened, why it happened, and the cause of the happening. I guess maybe in one sense, not necessarily to exonerate himself, even though I heard a lot of people say that. I think there's got to be a far better reason that necessitates the need for an inquiry, other than just exonerating himself, because we're talking about the lives and the freedoms of how many people? Yeah, about 40 people. So here, I mean, it's about 24 hours later, right? So here again in the news, reporting, another kidnap situation, and this is probably one of a few that's happened in the last 72 hours. It says, well, is this probe necessary? Isn't it necessary? A lot of government officials have said the probe isn't necessary. Hold on, I really need to take you there. The Punch is reporting the Senate's SGF faults Makinde's UN probe demand. The Senate on Tuesday cautioned Oyo State Governor Sheyi Makinde over his call for a United Nations-led investigation into the abduction and rescue of 39 students and 6 teachers in the state, warning that such remarks could undermine the efforts of the federal government and security agencies in tackling insecurity. All right, so the rest you can catch up for yourself on the dailies, and let's go back to why we are gathered here. Nigeria and making Nigeria work. You have heard the First Lady. She was at Food Bank lunch on the 11th of July, 2026. She visited Lokoja, and that was an excerpt from the speech she gave. And she referenced the Nigerians who left the country and came back with nothing. She's saying, if you till the earth will reward you in Jesus' name. All right, so now let's talk about all the ways we can till the earth without breaking our backs, or maybe it actually would take breaking your back for you to till the earth. One more injection into our conversation this afternoon. It's on X, and then I'll open up the telephone lines. I think you need to hear it, because this certainly satisfies your imagination with all the necessary aspects where an economy or an economic struggle is being faced by every member of society. Here is a gentleman on X saying, this morning broke my heart. I saw an entrepreneur on my street packing her studio equipment into a small truck. Thinking she had upgraded, I smiled and asked her, "Congratulations, new studio?" She looked away before replying, "No, I couldn't afford the new rent." For 5 years, her business paid the bills. Rent was no problem. Then this administration, the cost of living kept rising. Food became more expensive. Transport went up. Everything increased in cost. Clients became fewer. The money she had painstakingly saved for rent slowly disappeared into the daily fight to survive. Today, she isn't moving into a better studio. She's moving because she could no longer afford the one she already had. This is what an economic crisis looks like. It's not just statistics or government press releases. It's not high trading stocks. It's ordinary Nigerians watching years of hard work slip through their fingers. How many more stories like hers are playing out across the country every single day? It's time for this government to either do what needs to be done or pack up. Let's talk then. Let's talk about making Nigeria better. And I think I need this conversation to come with a sense of seriousness, really. There is the anticipation of what is coming. There is the good intention of what can come. And I guess your parents had good intentions. And here you are with good intentions. What we can conclude is that good intentions have gotten us really nowhere far. Yeah, the whole concept of tilling the earth has been as old as time. I remember in the 2000s, there used to be Ghanaians and Togolese in Nigeria, and their work, well, I can't say their work, but they came into the Nigerian society. If you remember, they were in the Nigerian society, and they did the unskilled work, including the frying akara. The reason this akara thing is it kind of just keeps it juggles my memory every time I hear it. I remember growing up, and I used to buy akara from Togolese or Beninese, people. They were the foreigners who came into the country and needed to just do something, and there was a food chain, there was an economic chain. You didn't advise anybody to fry akara. Now, on an economic level, you're advised to fry akara. Okay, good. But foreigners used to be the ones who did it. I know a guy who used to work here from Togo, and he said to me, I'm leaving your country and going back to my country because your money is useless. He said, we used to come to your country to work because your money had more value. He says, now our money has more value than your money, so we're going back to our country. He said this to me like 5 years ago. About 5 years, maybe more years ago. Businesses are closing. An American in the U.S. would rather die than come back. We have the final batch of Nigerians from South Africa. The evacuees are home. I'm not sure that they have any dreams yet, but they're just grateful to be out of South Africa and back home. And and you realize that whatever is happening economically is affecting Nigerians in a way that I don't know if Nigerians can truly articulate. But here we are. Let's attempt articulation and resolution, the ways forward. And please, you have to give me something better than just frying akara. You have to. Hello, if you can hear me, how are you?
Yeah, good afternoon, Joyce.
Afternoon to you.
Yeah, I don't want to call my name because I want to pass one small information.
Okay.
Firstly, this first lady or second lady or third lady.
She's the first lady.
You've been trying to say,
she's
okay,
the first
according
lady.
to you, okay, for the Nigerians, that's fine. No, it's the first lady, fine. The thing is that when she's trying to say 40 something years ago, we know a politician, she's trying to reduce the age. Even if that thing is 50 years ago, you will know that we use it to calculate his age and now know the real husband's age. But that's not the reason why I called. I want to just bring something to your notice. I still want to call Sherry for this. I don't know how you can put it like in a program or take it as a topic. This Oro of a thing in Ikorodu area, a lot of news coming in that particular place. A lot of people are having issues. They are harming people whenever they are doing that Oro, and mostly ladies. And people, most of them are not tribe of this, as they are not Yorubas. They are visitors. People should need to do something about that Oro, because I believe they say Christianity is taking place in the world or in Nigeria. But I don't know why some people, they still do their tradition to use it to harm people. If you can put it in a topic, just bring it as a topic for 1 hour or 30 minutes.
Help us understand, what is this Oro? Can you help us? What do you know what you're talking about?
This Oro tradition they do, whenever they are doing it, they say ladies doesn't come out, they do this sacrifice and all that in that area. I was listening to one particular program in a radio station. Some people were calling and they were like talking the way they escaped their life. Mostly ladies are going to work. Some of them didn't even know the thing was taking place that particular place. Some of them are new in that.
Pardon me. Has there been a recent Oro festival?
Yeah, they did one. I think about 2 weeks ago or last week. Yeah, they're doing it since after election. It's like they are doing it every month, mostly in that area. I'm telling you the gospel truth. If you can put it as a topic or just try to make your finding, you will hear what I'm telling you. It's really harming a lot of people in that area. Some people, they even going to listen of college using POS to pay bribe for them to leave the people because of their meet in the middle of when they are doing that, their sacrifice on the road and all that. I'm telling you, it's really very alarming.
Well,
that's what I wanted.
Okay, thank you. I guess we're going to have to ask the public whether they have observed any of these kinds of situations. Okay, well, thank you so much for calling me. I really do appreciate it. Where do I go? Hello, you're on the sunny side. Good afternoon to you. The volume of your radio set. Thank you.
Hello.
I'm with you. Good afternoon to you.
A beautiful afternoon to you, Lady J. How are you today?
Good to have you.
Yes, Emeka is the name from Satellite Town. You see, Lady J, can I speak on this Makinde issue?
Yes, please. Please, go ahead.
Look, first of all, congratulations to our gallant men and women in uniform, all the agencies involved in rescuing those children, those minions, those toddlers, and the school teachers, bringing them back safely. I must say kudos to the government, kudos to the security agencies, kudos to the government of Oyo State, and kudos to Nigerians. But I frown at this idea of people asking us to move forward whenever someone calls for inquiry, independent inquiry or investigation. Lady J, how are we supposed to move forward when we do not unravel the root of our problem, or unravel whatever mystery that is behind an anomaly in the system? Why are we so quick to want to move forward? Why do we always evade and avoid accountability and probity in our system? And yet we want good governance. We want a better country. Look, I am not a fan of Makinde. But as a governor of a state and chief security of a state calling for independent inquiry or calling for, I am not in support of calling for the UN, because I don't believe the international organizations love us more than we do love ourselves. But I believe that this is a governor that gets daily security briefing. And I believe probably there are things he knows or he has heard that we are not in the know of. An independent inquiry investigation does not in any way undermine the effort of the government or security agencies in the release of those in captivity. But it will help us understand, because don't forget that shortly after the release of these children or the pupils and the teachers, there was another abduction or kidnapping.
Yeah.
You heard of that. And we still have the same spate replicated across the country. So when he called for that, I was listening to Kofi and the Sheriff Show when they handled issues of this nature. And I heard people saying we should move forward, we should let that be. He's trying to exonerate himself. I know that I'm not holding brief for him. I don't know his level of involvement, but we cannot pretend not to know that there is a politicization of the criminality, kidnapping, banditry taking place in this country. That is why it has lasted. That's why it has festered. Our security agents, our soldiers, they are gallant enough, they are brave enough, and I believe they can get the job done. I am a product of a general. So I know what the military can do. So if a governor is calling for a probe, the question should be, sir, why are you calling for a probe? What do you know that we don't know? Ditto the whole saga involving the alleged fake DG of that organization involving the chief of staff.
Yeah.
There should be no exoneration. There should be no sacred cows. In Senate crimes, by now, some people would have resigned or stepped aside for an independent inquiry investigation, because that was a national embarrassment. That man operated at the rank of the presidency. He had his budgets approved, appraised by the legislature.
So somehow, let me ask you, so somehow we're supposed to move forward as a country. We're supposed to fry a carrot, make money. Nigerians are coming back. Somebody's dying in the U.S. because he'd rather be dead than come back. You have people who are waiting for a miracle to happen economically for their lives to not fall apart. When you look at all of these issues, can we move forward with these issues? Okay.
No, we can't. We can't move forward because we're not telling ourselves the truth. We are not being sincere to ourselves. You cannot move forward when the country is thriving in corruption. Governance thrives when there is probity and accountability in the system, when there is transparency in the system. Public servants must be open to investigation. Ladies, let me tell you, see this whole idea of immunity, for me, is just a ruse for public servants to evade investigation, evade accountability while in office. We should get rid of this thing. Besides the president, let me even say, besides the president and his vice, even the governors should be made subject to investigation while in office. You want the people to till the ground, and the ground will answer them. Yes, I agree with you. But what about the environment, the atmosphere, the policy that will help such tilling to thrive? What about coming up with people-friendly policies? What about you being an example to the people you're preaching to? What about you replicating Barry White's song of practice what you preach? How about you cutting down on your profligate lifestyle? How about you cutting down on reckless lifestyle? How about you showing the people that there's dignity in labor? When you make them believe that there's no more dignity in labor, that it's just about grab what you want, what you can. A minister in this country drove a Rolls Royce in his state. He was asked, you were seen with the Rolls Royce and all that. What his reply, he retorted, let me say even the retorted, he said, and so what? That is how much they've seen us. In street language, they say, see finish. These people see us as vassals. They've assumed the position of feudal lords. They evade accountability and probity, and even we Nigerians are not even helping issues. If anyone should call for an investigation, calls for probity and accountability, we say, oh, why is he doing that? Why is he taking us backward? Let us move forward. Move forward to where? Advancing and progressing in error? Without knowing where you're coming from, how can you know where you're going? Pathetic. So, for me, if we must move forward as a people, Lady J, we must be honest to ourselves as Nigerians. We must tell ourselves some home truth. Okay. We must infuse probity and accountability. We must restore values. Yesterday, while you were on your program, you spoke about an entrepreneur who said he preferred hiring foreign expatriates to handle his business. Hello?
I'm with you. Go ahead. I'm waiting for you to finish. Yeah.
Because, why? Because our value system has deteriorated. Corruption has corroded everything we hold dear in this country. Tilling the ground. When you till the ground, to what end? Yes, it's good to till the ground, but create the enabling environment. Come up with people-friendly policy and inspire that hope in people that there is dignity in labor, because you have to be an example. Absolutely. That's why I don't call them leaders, I call them rulers, because the leaders must lead by example. Show people that corruption or grabbing whatever you can, winner takes it all, get whatever you can from the system, while you continue to, you're going to groom your prodigies to take over tomorrow. Let them understand that that is not the way to live.
All right.
So for us to advance and move forward, we must stop this idea of shushing or shutting down anybody that calls for probity and investigation, because we are living in a corrupt, infested system that must be cleaned up. The urgent stable is in dire need of cleaning. But without cleaning it, this country is going nowhere. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for calling. WhatsApp caller, I do appreciate your patience. Or WhatsApp callers.
Hello, good afternoon.
Thank you very much for being here. Tell us your name. You can go ahead.
Yeah. My name is Chris Lofer.
Yeah, welcome, Chris.
And talking about the First Lady, sorry, I really don't understand how you're going to call private citizens to come and do your work for you. You understand? Those private citizens made their money outside of the country. Most of them, let me put it like that. You understand? So you, due to your incompetencies, you are calling people from outside. Whatever they do with their money is their choice. You understand? If they decided that, hello? Sorry, are you there?
I'm here. I'm with you.
Yeah. If they decide they want to help, yes, it's good. If they decide they don't want to, they don't owe you anything. You understand? So your incompetency should be what you should put in you should focus on your husband, which is the president, to do the right thing. You understand? You can't just be calling it the bido, whatever. You understand? Fine. The basic need of man is food, clothing, and shelter. You understand? If those things are sorted out, like you said, there are people who used to come to Nigeria. We still have the people from Togo who still sell ewa going all around Lagos. You understand? So those people, they came in when our currency was good, but right now, most of them are leaving. So if you are not treating the basic things that people need in the country, there's no way we can move forward. You understand? So for me, I think the First Lady is misplaced priority, telling private citizens to come and open foundation. If they want to do it, their choice. If they don't want to do it, their choice. And before I go, sorry, that man talking about Oro, you can't come to my house and tell me what to do or what not to do.
Okay, hold on a
Sorry,
second.
I mean,
We will talk about because I even need to understand it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right.
Let me see who else is okay. This is a WhatsApp caller. Hello, WhatsApp caller. Thank you very much for being on Nigeria Info. Good afternoon to you. Thank you so much for your patience.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Afternoon to you.
Let me start from the first lady. There is nothing bad in all those businesses, but the environment. The question is that somebody selling a car, can he avoid to pay for the school fees of his children? Can he avoid the same time to pay for the rent? Can he afford even to pay for the transportation, daily transportations everywhere, basic things? But all those things need to be taken care of. Selling business, selling akara or biscuit and all those things, there's nothing bad though. But the question here is that, is he going to be capable of solving a basic need of the seller? Look at here in abroad, Joyce, if you are doing for organizer, you will be paying the same hours that the person that is working in a bank. In fact, you earn more than someone that was in a bank. I'm telling you, even for organizer, you work in the shop of organizer. So everybody pay minimum wage that can cater for your needs. Even you are someone that is sweeping, that is cleaning the compound, they pay them in a money that can solve their problem, that can pay their rent, that can take them to transportation, that can fix them. But in Nigeria, we cannot do all those things we are talking about. Somebody that is earning 1 million naira every month, can somebody that is earning earn 1 million naira as a profit on every month? Is that 1 million enough to solve your problem daily or monthly in Nigeria? Talk less of somebody that is selling akara. The basic things are not there. Just let me tell you something. There is no food, there is no light, and you have to buy fuel. You have to spend the little money you have even for the fuel to feed the generator. The generator will get spoiled. You have to feed the generator. You get what I'm saying? Even someone that has a car, your environment will destroy the car. Because by the time you go portal everywhere, will make the car to see. Let me tell you something. If you are driving a car here in our body, if your car, if you nail or your tire punch by the road or anything, your insurance will pay, because they will go back to government and they get it because you are paying tax. So they need to fix the basic thing that they need to fix on the road to avoid your car being damaged. But in Nigeria, who is going to give you that kind of money? Even your insurance, they will not even pay you on time, even if you have a comprehensive insurance in Nigeria. So what the president is saying, I didn't condemn our statement, but where I have issue is that provide the basic things of life that will make people to fit.
Is it possible? So let me ask you: is it possible for Nigeria to move forward? Because that's really the topic this afternoon. Can we move forward without these issues being addressed?
So I'm sorry, we cannot move forward. The basic things are not resolved. Come to the level of this governor or your state that is asking for details. Those are the things. See, if anything is happening, Josie, I fell down when I was going to work. Now I fell down on the road. The next thing I'm supposed to do, what caused this for? Eventually, I stand up. I need to find the reason why I fell down, so that tomorrow I will not fall in the same trash. So, and that is what this man was trying, for me, my own knowledge, that was trying to do. Okay, there was a kidnapping, thank God we are rescuing people, this, that. But they should find out what caused these things. What is the causes? Okay, so that they can prevent it. How did it come? Who are the people behind it? Let's track the people down, so that another group will not come tomorrow. Guess what? If this is not resolved, another group, the same group of people, will emerge together and they will take another strike.
I mean, they already struck Kogi. I just reported that there was a kidnap incident.
Another one, yes. Because we didn't find out the root and solve the problem on it. Judge, there is one proverb that I said in Yoruba, that is somebody that has a K leg and he carried a load. And the load was now bending. They don't say that, arrange your load very well. You don't say that you're looking at my, you didn't look at my leg. That my leg is bending. The leg has bent already. Meanwhile, the load that is carried bent at the side. And they're now condemning the load. Such a person, can he arrange the load for the load to be straight? It's not possible because the leg is bending. So they need to fix the leg. So we cannot move forward. All right. I'm telling you, it's so painful because these people know what they're supposed to do, but they don't want to do it. That's the painful part of it.
Thank you.
It's so painful.
Yeah. Thank you very much for calling. I really do appreciate it. So I guess if your conversation so far, anything to go by, no matter how much we talk about changing Nigeria until we do what we're supposed to do, nothing changes. Hey, sorry I lost you. If you can hear me, good afternoon. Can you hear me? Hold on, let me see. All right, can you hear me?
Answer the question. I'm hearing you, man.
Good afternoon, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Good afternoon. My name is Ndubisi.
Good to have you.
My name is Ndubisi. Nigeria will never move forward until we stand in truth. I think, do you know that a year that Nigerian soldier military went to arrest the Boko Haram family, the kidnappers' family. They go to arrest their families before they release those children. They hold ransom. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I'm with you. Yes, please.
So the military and the DSS and police, they know the family of Boko Haram, know the family of these kidnappers. They know their family before, and they did not do anything until these people strike, kidnap these students them before they now went back to arrest their own family. This is the Nigeria we are in. I think in Nigeria we can never move forward because these leaders, they are deceivers, they are liars. So you know the family of kidnappers, you know the family of bandits, you know their families, they are staying in their house, where they are living comfortable, enjoying. They did not do anything until they arrest, they go and kidnap these students them before he now went to arrest their family. You see the country we are in?
Yeah,
Nigeria,
but why arrest the family if the family is not the one responsible for the issues?
Well, you know the terrorist family, you know his children and his wife, so you cannot arrest him. You cannot arrest him before he strikes.
Oh, before
you know what you're saying, Atijo? You know me as I'm here now, I'm a criminal. They're looking for me. So you know my family. You cannot through my family strike me down.
No,
until I strike. Before you go to my family, Atijo, they are deceiving themselves. Let them cannot deceive Nigeria. They cannot deceive the bishop. This government, they cannot deceive me. They know what is happening. They know what is happening. Until they say the truth and stand the truth, Nigeria can move forward. If not so, foul, Nigeria is not going anywhere. Thank you, Joyce. God bless you.
Thank you very much for calling. I have a message here. He says, my Baba has also moved on because he can no longer afford the cost of rent. He says, the owner of the salon has been selling off property and equipment. Rent was increased from 400 to 700 K, almost 100% hike for a small shop. And he kept asking me, how am I going to make it? From power to fuel. What about food and other expenses? And so now, even though he is a Baba, he no longer is able to afford a shop. Thank you very much for writing me. I do appreciate Nigeria Info. You're on the sunny side. Good afternoon to you. Welcome. Tell me, can you hear me?
Yeah.
There you are. Good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Tell me your name. Go ahead.
His name is Michael. Nigeria can move forward if we have the leaders with the good sense of direction. That really have the interest of the country at heart. That is the only way we can move forward. If you made was those clapping on behind. I wonder what they were clapping for. That the police, they are lucky to have a place to call at home. This is their home. If it wasn't for them, they would go out to South Africa State. And if the South Africans didn't have that problem, they would return because it's not better here either. Nothing is working out here very well. Businesses are shutting down. Hard times, parents can't afford to send their children to school. You know, you provide everything for yourself, life, water, security. So what is good about this country that someone wants to return to Nigeria? So those are, whatever politician makes some funny ones to just say and clap, either the politicians think they will clap. So God to just tell us good leaders that have the interest of the country at heart, not those that come and for their own personal reasons and personal interests and their family interests, then we believe that the country will move forward. It's not going to move forward that way.
It's not going to move forward. Thank you very much. 99.3 Nigeria Info, you're on the sunny side. Good afternoon to you and welcome to the show. If you can hear me, tell me your name. You can go ahead.
This is Evangelist Johnson.
Thank you. Go ahead.
I am calling you from Ireland. Sister Joy, when I hear what is going on in Nigeria, at times, I just feel like, I'm sorry. Yesterday, I was listening to your program, and one guy, out of frustration, he almost abused or caused the whole Nigerians. Out of frustration. If you are frustrated, and you can say anything in this world, You will never think before you talk. Now, something happened in Oyo State, and the governor of the state is telling Nigerians, is telling Nigerian government that we need to go deep into the nitty-gritty of this problem. Even we cannot do it by ourselves because we cannot do it. They have been giving us names. They have been releasing names. They have been telling us that this problem is from our government. Let us call outside people to help us because it is outside people that give us this problem that we are having today. They are the ones that come and join people that are supposed to be together. They join us together. Let them come and find out whether they can give us the cause of this problem that we are having today. Everybody are condemning that man. Whether he is the one that causing the problem, as far as God says he should say so, let all of us support him. Let us see whether we can get to the root of this problem. Look at now, we are just of how many days? We are happy. We are rejoicing that they bring these children back today. Are you hearing me?
I'm with you.
What is happening today? I think you are the one that said that they kidnapped some people again, students again, in another state. And you want us to move forward. Move forward. Are we moving forward or we are going backward? It's such a shame. It's such a shame to this country. It's such a shame that we continue to support what is bad. Instead of us to wake up and tell the government the truth. We will be supporting evil. Let's move forward. Move forward to where? Move forward in insecurity. We should move forward to where? Move forward to our children cannot go to schools. Move forward to where? Move forward to if we want to buy parole restaurant, go and ask how much. Move forward to where? They say we should move forward. Where are we moving to? Go ask if you know the street that they call Lagos Street in Ibejulegi, number 27. Go and ask. They will tell you, you hear my name in that compound if you ask. I run away. I did not park. I ran away. I leave my load there. I ran away. Because I calculate myself. I cannot pay the landlord again. And if I want to park my load, he must hold me. I ran away. I ran away, and I'm saying it. I am the one that's saying it. I ran away, leave my load here till today. I don't know what happened to my property. Just imagine a country, and they say we should move forward. This move forward is what put Nigeria into this nonsense. We conducted election in the daytime, and they announced a result in the midnight, and we are moving forward. Let's continue to move forward. It will haunt us more. If we don't stay here, let us not move again. Let's stay here and fix our country. Look at Nigeria now. Any country you go today, any country you go, they will send you power. They know that you are in Nigeria. They will be hunting you as a criminal, whether you are or not. And we are saying we should move forward. We should continue to move forward in darkness. Instead of us to find light now, we are saying move forward. Move forward to where? If Nigerians, the way we did when they kidnapped those children, if we won't do it now, that what Maginde said, we need it to happen today, even now. If Nigerians refuse to join that man today, let us move this country forward if we want to move. But if to move forward in this darkness, in this madness, in this craziness that we are going nowhere. Instead, we are going 1,000 miles backward. Thank you. God continue to bless Nigeria.
Thank you. 99.3 Nigeria Info. The sunny side, welcome. Can Nigeria move forward with all the issues?
Hello, Joyce.
Yeah. Turn up the volume of your radio set.
Okay. Sorry, Daddy. This is Usman for Balade.
Go ahead.
Hello?
Usman. I'm with you.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Good afternoon. This is Usman for Balade. Joyce, we are moving forward.
Okay.
When I said this before, I said Nigeria is not a country. Nigeria is a market. When everybody come and buy, I go. That's Nigeria. When Sheikh Makinde said this day for a day, we Nigeria sit for them. Why do you invite foreigners to come and investigate this matter? Let us move on. Let us leave the children alone so they can rest. Okay, now, see another one now. That for Kogi State again. Eh? That is why we keep it continue. You understand me? Let us investigate this matter. Let us know who did this. Okay, now, look at what happened for Bonu. When they say they put soldier for the school, they now deploy soldier away. Before you know, the body come and put the children. Until today, nobody know who will join the soldier there. Nobody. We are moving forward. Look at the country called Nigeria. Yeah? There was a country called Nigeria, not this one where we are looking at like this. I said it before, Nigeria, wake up. These politicians, they cannot move this country forward. We the masses, let us stand up, fight for this country.
Do you think the masses can move the country forward? Because if you don't trust the government to move
the masses will save this country, not these politicians, not Peter Obi, not Atiku, not Tinubu. We the people, we go stand up and say enough is enough. You understand me? Now we go say enough is enough. For these politicians, they're not even 500,000. They're over 200 million people. Ransom.
Okay.
Look at 2 years between. He's there for inside bush for 2 months. That inside his father is, I'm going to school. Now, there is a now. They say we start the president. They fed them. They fed the pikin. They fed the child. Then we should start Mr. President. Now, the governor said, let us investigate this thing to know what happened. We, the same Nigeria, said no. Let us leave the children alone. Well, we thank God they are back. Look at the mentality. Look at. Tell me how this country will move forward. Well, we the masses are supporting these politicians. They don't even know whether you exist.
All right.
In this great country, somebody give 80 billion naira. You see, go and buy form to go to Senate. We, Nigeria, move forward. Look at. Nigeria, we are the people who save this country. See, all the things that happen for Nigeria where we are moving forward. It can never happen for any country. It can never happen. But anything, we swallowed, we absorb it. Let's move forward. Maybe by next week, there will be another topic again. This one, we forget this one. They will play that topic. Nigeria, no. It's a big thing for this country. Look at the country that God gives everything. Crude oil, everything. But you have all crude oil and you have refinery. The war that happened in Iran and this thing, they affect Nigeria. What a country. What a waste country.
Thank you very much for calling me. I appreciate it. I truly do appreciate it. Thank you. Hello, good afternoon to you. Welcome. You're on the sunny side. Tell us your name. You can go.
Good afternoon, Lady J.
Good afternoon to you.
Mrs. Oboli. Lady J, let me start by saying thank you for laying down a couple of topics this afternoon for discourse. First and foremost, when you tell us or when they tell us to move forward, my first question is, we move forward from where to where? From what point to the other point? Lady J, it's not as if we have retrograde amnesia that makes us forget quickly or easily what has happened in the past. And we want to move forward to something else, knowing fully well that where we're coming from, we've not addressed the foundational problem or issues. You see, initially when Governor Seyi Makinde spoke about a separate body investigating or probing what happened regarding Oyo kidnappings, I told myself, why would he bring in a foreign body? But look at what is playing out. You would ask yourself, it is imperative because our own bodies now, they are compromised. And so bringing out somebody from outside, from anywhere to come and probe these cases is all I can more or less ask for. Do you realize that because or since he has raised that issue of probe, do you know that they have started attacking Seyi Makinde? Are you aware?
Oh,
they've started.
I know. I
telling
thought
him
I
that
read
the
that.
money. Are you listening to me?
Go ahead. Yeah, the money what?
They said the money he siphoned regarding this project and that project, he should come and defend it. They started with taunting and gaslighting him. It's in the news. You've not seen that?
Not yet.
They started probing him that some monies got missing. Meanwhile, when he became APC, as a sinner, he became a saint. Now that he has now turned to opposition because he campaigned against the president, because he also called for a probe of external bodies. Please check the story. They started gaslighting him, with taunting him, saying that he should come and face a particular panel for the monies that he has stolen. It's currently in the news. And so I thought to myself, if somebody can say, come and probe, and you are not gaslighting him, it simply tells you that we should start having great concern. It poses great questions, many questions. Why would you be afraid of a probe? What exactly is this government afraid of regarding the probe?
Pardon me.
The outside body to come and probe. I really don't understand.
No, wait. The government spokesperson yesterday said, and I'm going to attempt to paraphrase, that they are not afraid of a probe, that they have nothing to hide, and that the military has been upfront and open about their investigation and the eventual release of the captives. So they welcome the probe. But then he actually kind of backtracks on no. After the statement, then he further goes to query the motive of the governor and the necessity to inquire into the kidnapping, which almost suggests the real question of what's wrong with the probe.
And my own question added to what you just said now is that why are they witch hunting him and gaslighting him? Why are they telling him come and face a panel they did not set when he got into governorship or when he got into office as a governor? And because he cited or he wanted a probe, now they are telling him to come and give account of some monies he had siphoned in the past. Why now? That's my question.
Well, I'm going to
They
check
are
that
really
out.
scared of that probe. If not, they will be witch hunting him, gaslighting him, and after his neck presently. Let me move on to other things. Check your stories. You see what I'm saying.
Thank you.
Let me move on to other things. On Nigeria economy, we're talking about tilling the ground. Nigeria is one of the worst places you can comfortably do business in presently, because the economy won't only choke it up, it will honestly strangle you. I can count visibly here in my area how many small-scale businesses, Lady J, have packed up, unfortunately. These are people that have not only walked like an elephant, but have ended up feeding like an ant, Lady J. Nigeria economy will choke you up. It will shatter your dreams. It will render you useless. And you'll be wondering if it is your village people that are after you. Instead, no be them. They are not the one after your life. It is Nigeria itself that is simply gunning after your life, and the economy going after your business, and the government choking you up with multiple taxes. Along the side is Agbero and the other shenanigans. But Nigeria in itself and the entire structure that is not structuring what the people should be doing is actually the one choking everything you have labored and toiled for. Is it a crime to be a Nigerian? Is it a cause to be a Nigerian? I ask once more, is it? How can you expect us to move forward in the midst of these stumbling blocks?
Well, so that's a
that
no. We can't move
and
forward.
Besetting the average Nigerian lady.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
Move
Thank
forward from where to where exactly? How?
Okay.
South African brothers that are here, I just pity that people are not coming from fry pan into fire, because Nigeria will choke you up. Not only terrorism or xenophobic attack that you ran away from. Nigeria itself will choke you up for coming back to Nigeria.
Thank
Good
you.
afternoon, Lady G.
We're going to have to go to WhatsApp. There's much we have to cover there.
Adegoke from Lekki says, "Dear Joyce, this Tinubu administration has ruined the lives of many Nigerians. Tinubu has no clue about what to do, and he has now pushed his wife forward to preach to us with a tilling the earth whack talk. The price of everything has skyrocketed, and she's telling us to till the ground. She didn't tell the senators earning humongous to donate their money to the poor. Is she talking about the ground that Adam has already tilled before we go here, or which ground? I feel like thrashing all our politicians with a rod." That caller was right about the oral rituals, the one at Ikorodu. It even affected the students writing WAEC 2 weeks ago. Joyce, what is actually wrong with Governor Seyi Makinde's call for a probe of the recent kidnapping of the school children in Oyo State? Whoever says the governor should just allow us to move forward is the enemy of this country. Releasing the victims by whoever is not the issue here. The question is, how did it happen in the first place? We're fond of allowing these politicians to give us topics to be discussing among ourselves, and even railroad us to think for us. I guess that's what you meant. Hello, Joyce. Please ask the First Lady how much philanthropy she did before getting into government. The so-called donation she's doing now is taxpayers' money. As a private citizen, what did she do for Nigerians? They mocked Mama Peace for her poor English. The words that she said that made her the object of ridiculous jokes were these: "Now only you waka come. Why are they sharing blood? There is God though, there is God though." In all her splendor as First Lady, she never insulted us. Not even the admonitions of selling akara and kuli and philanthropy. But the present First Lady, I shake my head. Nah, Mama be this. We don't get any other one, Nigerians. Next year provides a window of fresh opportunities to answer these questions with our votes in the presidential election. Amber from Badagry. Wale from Ikorodu. This is integrity, and there is a system. When the system fails, integrity is not important. Adeni scandal is a product of system failure. We need to detect what causes the failure and find a solution to prevent it. Adeshina from Ikorodu. Please help me call on INEC office at Ikorodu Central opposite Ikorodu Central local government. They are holding on to people's voters card for months. And ready with them, and the excuse they give is not valid at all. I see my PVC with them, but they won't release it to us to go with it.
So that's INEC Ikorodu, right? Okay.
Good afternoon, Joyce. Concerning the Oro Festival, if I'm calling it right.
Can we wait on the Oro one? So I don't want to divert.
Okay.
It's just too many calls. I have to stay
Joyce,
straight.
I'm so sorry, but some people are ridiculous. How can we move forward when the person is saying akara is a good business and people should go into it? We're talking about technology and finance and construction. Someone is taking us back to the medieval era of roadside businesses with sticks and tables. Akara is a business of a poor person who doesn't have any other means of generating income. How is akara a good business to do? What the hell is wrong with some of us humans? How can someone fry akara and conveniently cater to the needs of his or her household? Healthcare, education, clothing, electricity, etc.
You know what's funny? Hold on. Let's fix that. There's nothing wrong with akara. The idea in itself is not wrong. It's all the factors that have informed the idea that have been neglected. As I told you, growing up, Togolese, Ghanaians, Beninese, I think, Beninoas, is that what they're called? They were the ones who did, if you remember, they used to be like, you had these guys who would mend your shoes. The Togolese food, you would eat food from Togo sold to you by Togolese people. You eat Ghanaian food sold to you by Ghanaians. The front of akara, yam, and plantain were sold to those people who came into the economy that was relatively okay and stable, and they inserted themselves in the non-skilled area of the economy. Nobody advised anybody to fry anything. It is that in that era, you could make a living because the economy was booming, and anybody would just close their eyes and buy akara 500, 200,
10
and
naira.
the turnover was impressive, so you could make money. These days, people can barely afford to eat. So someone is telling me now that his baba has closed shop because he can't afford rent. So it's not that the idea is bad, it's that every factor that informs the possibility of a forward moving economy is non-existent. So it's like, this is exactly what the church does, where they give you hope and then they wait for the workable part of your hope to come from the government, and then it never comes. And so you fill the gaps with a God. So that's the God gap, where what's supposed to work doesn't work. So because it doesn't work, you just inject a God philosophy or a God idea or a God prayer into it. It's exactly what's happening. I don't think the idea is bad. So don't even call it a poor person's. I think it's wrong to call it a poor person's trade, because if you can make money from it to sort out your bills, how poor are you? It is just that now the reason you would be frying akara is because all other hope is lost. Now the issue should become, why is hope lost, and what is the reason making people hopeless? And if we don't address it, can we move forward?
Joyce, is there anything wrong with the word investigation? Is anything bad if the governor wants to know the truth about what really happened? The bandit that was arrested, that's what he meant. What info has the police gotten from them? Joyce, my landlord just increased my shop rent. I can no longer cope again. I wish I wasn't born in Nigeria. It's a hard life we are living here. Hi Joyce, conducting a thorough investigation on this rescue operation is a way to move forward. Sir Ken.
Okay.
This Akara talk, the air is not breathable. Air pollution is rampant. It is until the coal completely choke us. Her husband said, don't suffocate the poor, let them breathe. In what air? Our toxic skies won't wait for us to choose survival over clean energy. I love Miss Oboli's submission. Okay.
WhatsApp caller, just a minute. Hello, WhatsApp caller. Thank you very much for your patience. I do appreciate you calling in. Welcome. Tell us your name.
Yeah, good afternoon, Joyce.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah, good afternoon. Joyce, this question actually just resonated with me, and it got me thinking, because this question was a question I had asked myself long time ago. Let me just give you a brief history about myself, and then you have your answer to your question in a brief history. When this APC-led government came into power in 2015, I was 22 years of age. I was going to turn 23 when it came into power. And then this question was something at a very young age I kept asking myself. At that time, I was already working, because I finished service. The next year, I got a job in a bank, right? I started working, and I was just asking myself, will it get better? Will it get better? Yeah, I kept pushing. After 4 years of worry, I was still asking myself that same question. Joyce, let me let you know that in Buhari's second year in office, in his first tenure, second year, I got a scholarship that I turned down, right? Not because my parents couldn't help me pursue it, or because they were so poor that they couldn't afford flight tickets. But I was a conviction that I could do better,
Okay,
right?
hold on, just wait.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back. The nation's most brilliant young minds gear up for the National Secondary School Debate Tournament. It's the season finale of the I Beg to Differ Secondary Schools Debate Tournament Season 9. 10th of August at 3 p.m. Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt will come alive. Champions from Abuja, Port Harcourt, and Lagos will go shoulder to shoulder for the crown of the Champion of Champions. 16 secondary schools, 3 daily debates, 4 weeks of intense matchups. Who will be the Champion of Champions of the I Beg to Differ Season 9? The final lap of the journey begins August 10 at 3 p.m. For sponsorship inquiries, email info@nigeriainfo.fm or I beg to differ at nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
So debaters, the floor is now yours.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We're back.
We are back.
We're back on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, we're back. We have a call on the line who's telling us a story to answer our question on the show this afternoon on Nigeria Info. Hello, my caller. Thank you very much for waiting for me.
Yeah, thank you very much, Joyce, for that one. So basically, like I said, I had a scholarship, but I turned it down, not because my parents were, like incapable of, sponsoring because it was even a scholarship, but they weren't even going to spend more. Moreover, the dollar at that point in time was not as high as this, but I turned it down. I told my dad I wasn't going, right? I continued pushing. Buhari came again in the second tenure, and I kept pushing. That was how I kept pushing until the last year of Buhari's tenure. Joyce, the rent I was able to pay when Buhari came into power, when he left, I was struggling to pay it. This was somebody who really hoped and believed that one day the country I was born in was going to be better for myself and, of course, my future, our family. I was unable to pay my rent in the last year. I was practically struggling, not because I was spending recklessly, but because the rent was moved from what it was to what it is. It moved from 700,000 to 2.5 million naira. And I was unable to pay it because how much was I earning working in the bank? And I looked at myself. I'm like, now, if 8 years ago, I had ditched that idea of it will get better, Nigeria will get better, Joyce, I would have been better off today. I moved 2 years ago. So I made a decision that if Tinubu was going to be the president, I was moving. So when he won, I then started looking for my way, and then I moved. Joyce, I will tell you for a fact that what I had gained or what I had achieved in less than 2 years of being out of of being out of Nigeria, if I had left 8 years ago, I would have been much more better off. I have achieved more than I've achieved in my entire 8 years under APC government in less than 2 years outside the country. It says it just sums up this your question. Can it get better? It will not. And if you keep hoping, that's how your days will be counting, your years will be counting, months, centuries will be counting. I wasted 8 good years of my life. If I had taken that decision long time ago, Joyce, even if I would have felt it. Right now, people who are left in that bank, I was talking to my friend which day, somebody, a boss of mine, messaged me and was asking me to send food money. Food. He was my boss when I was working there. I will not mention the name of the bank. He was my boss when I was working in the bank. I was 22 when I started working there. I had scholarship 2 times. 2 times declined. One to Germany, the other one to Finland. Twice I didn't leave. When I left, the dollar was all over the roof. I had to borrow money from bank. Borrow everything I had to borrow. Thank God today I've paid back everything. And I'm living comfortably. For 8 years I was working in the bank, I couldn't even boast of like half plot of land. Half plot. In 2 years, I know what I've bought in terms of London properties in Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are listening to me today, a young person, if you believe Nigeria will work for you, just learn from my story. It will never. They will siphon your years with empty promises and you gain nothing from it. That's my contribution.
I do appreciate you calling in. Lagos is 2 p.m. We're off on a break. We'll be right back.
Be a part of it.
Criticism of the president is unfair when it comes to security in the country.
Contractors, it's a lot of the agencies or government to be attributed to the government.
There's no court order that will tell you to block or go and reclaim without approval.
Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info, and this is the headline news. Final batch of evacuated Nigerians returns from South Africa. Gunmen abduct 4 students, principal NECO official in Kogi Police Rescue 1. And Peter Obi calls for competent, compassionate leadership. And former Code of Conduct Tribunal chairman granted 100 million naira bail. And Federal High Court approves virtual hearings in pre-election cases. INEC calls for better funding, staff welfare ahead of 2027. And Nigeria sets December 2028 deadline for digital TV transition. Stakeholders push skills development to tackle youth and unemployment. And outside Nigeria, Trump threatens fresh strikes on Iran. Iran says Strait of Hormuz remains closed. And finally, in sports, security tightened ahead of England-Argentina World Cup semi-final. And that's all on the news, making the headlines. My name is Israel Uwemo. The Sunny Side with Joyce continues.
I keep my sunny side up.
The Sunny Side with Joyce.
I keep my sunny side up.
We're back. 99.3 Nigeria Info, the Sunny Side. My name's Joyce. So WhatsApp caller, you're live on the air. Tell us your name and you can go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon. My name is Mazi. I'm calling from Germany.
Welcome.
Not Rhine as well.
Okay.
Yeah. Joyce, I've been listening to what the callers are saying. It's very unfortunate. Joy, I left Nigeria in 1991 when the military was in the power. They were, military regime, and then the dollar was 18 naira against $1, 18 naira, and by then it was like too much for us. We were looking for where we could get it cheaper. This was 1991 under the military, that these charlatans that are now in power, called corrupt, called all kinds of derogatory names. They came, they chased the military away from power and captured the power. Joyce, as I speak, or as we speak, can anybody tell me that 30 years ago, before these people, captured Nigeria, that their living standard were better off now than then? I am not saying that the military were better. I'm not conversing to the military regime, but look at how they deceived Nigerians. They captured power. They made life miserable for ordinary Nigerians. Even we that we live in diaspora, Joyce, it is not funny anymore, because every day you get these bills to pay. You get your people, and you cannot see your sisters, your nieces, your siblings not feeding, and you are happy here. You cannot be happy unless you are a very mean person. Unless you are very mean, So these people, they are not there to cater for you, to make your life better. They are there to enrich themselves and their families. And most of their families, most of their children are here, studying, living a lavishly life, while Nigerians are picking from the gutter. Picking from the gutter is no more what Nigerians are living. The life Nigerians are living now is no more life. It's like somebody picking things from the gutter. Because I'm sorry, but because I have sisters.
Okay.
I have sisters, I have brothers, I have siblings, I have nieces that live in Nigeria, and I know how they're going through. And these people are educated people. I have nieces who even they have their masters, but they can't get a job. Joyce, I have a nephew who has PhD in microbiology. This guy cannot even get a job. Now he has a chemist. This is how Nigeria has turned, its people because of bad leadership. Joyce, so a minister is going on Rolls Royce. Joyce, since I've lived here since 36 years now, hardly I see Rolls Royce here, even in summer. If you see somebody driving a Rolls Royce, that means that person must be a multi-millionaire that employed thousands of people. Even here where I live, the Germans are even ashamed of bringing such cars outside, because they think, oh, what could ordinary Germans think about me? They don't flash these things, But you see a minister, a governor, a commissioner going on Maybach, going on G-Wagons, driving Rolls Royces on a tattered road, a dusty road, that the road that even cattle cannot even walk on in civilization. They are proudly driving these cars, and this is not their money. It's the money belongs to the public money. They are lavishing it unnecessarily, and Nigerians are suffering. And then the first lady is coming and telling you, frying akara, doing this, doing that, kuli. Oh my God, have mercy. May God have mercy on Nigeria. I lived in the north. I saw even then how north was very beautiful, particularly in Jos. But now, even when I come, a few times I came home, I couldn't travel to Jos, where my sister is still living there, because of insecurity. But under the military, you could leave Jos in the night. Early in the morning, you are on Ocha or somewhere, what? There was nothing like Boko Haram. There was nothing like Marauder Janjaweed. Nowhere. So please, anything that Nigerians can do to remove these people, mostly these APs, I'm sorry. Because my sister, let me tell you, under Jonathan, things were still better. Because I started something in Nigeria under Jonathan, and it was better. It was moving slowly. And that was like, okay, now you are getting to 60. You are coming back to Nigeria, do something so that you can employ some people, and also you can retire on those things. I started a little business. Joyce, immediately this man came, Buhari, everything started, going down, going down, going down. Before you knew it, for example, it was a bakery that I started. Joyce, then under Jonathan, a bag of flour then was around 8,000. If you are buying more than 100, they will give you a discount. This guy came in, APC came, he started moving to 35,000, 30, from there, everything collapsed. Joy, that bakery, I employed 20 people in the village because I didn't want to go to maybe big cities. I went and built this in the village, employed mostly the women, and was paying them then 40,000 naira. 20 of them were very happy, very happy. But now, what is 30,000 naira? What is 40,000 naira? That bakery closed, everything closed. I lost a huge sum of money because that money was taken from bank. Because over here, you can get bank, if you convince them, they can give you a loan because it's not at least 3% interest. You can afford it. But this is how I sunk money into that business and they collapsed because a wrong people came. Joyce, please let me. I don't want to be derogatory. Joy, how could you, as the educated Nigerians, because I know Nigerians are very educated. Joy, somebody like Buhari, somebody they even told you if he provide NEPA certificate, he's going to be the president. That is how horrible Nigeria, this ruling elites are. They brought Buhari damaged everything. Then this man came. This man made everything worse. My sister, immediately that guy removed that subsidy. That was the end of Nigeria. Here I live, Germans, they have no oil wells or gas. But you cannot remove subsidy on energy here. The economy will collapse the next day. Over here, everything, you have subsidy on, even on milk you drink. Joyce, the way you speak, I know you have lived in the UK. Even sometimes I think that when I was living in London, I thought you were working in London, LBC, yeah, because I was listening to this radio, and that is exactly somebody like you're talking. Now, this man came and removed this thing. And that's the end of Nigeria. That is the end of economy in Nigeria. Unless this man bring back that subsidy on energy, Nigeria will never survive this. Here in Germany, you cannot remove subsidy on electricity, on power, on energy. The economy will collapse. Everything here is subsidized. Even make you drink. Joyce, if you remove subsidy on milk, Joy, nobody can drink milk in Germany. Everything is subsidized, even on eggs, on farm, products, commodities. There's no way. But this man came, removed, telling Nigerians, your problems are gone now, this and that. No, that is the time Nigerian problem started. Removing subsidy was the day this man killed Nigeria. And look at the characters who are ruling Nigeria. This man, in a sinner's client, this man couldn't have become even governor, talk less of becoming the president of Nigeria, because of his records when he was a young man, when he was living in America. Not only him, look at even the so-called his chief of staff. All of them, they have baggages in America. They ran away in America. They left America, and now they are governors. They are senators. They're everywhere ruling you, and you think that you are going to get Nigeria, that Nigeria is going to get better. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse unless these people are chased out of the power and come out and vote them out. I'm not saying to do anything harmful to them, no, but come out in mass and please come out and vote these people, because they're not for you. Look at the kind of scandals. Look, let me tell you finally, please. Shey Makindo for your state. I pity for that young man. This man. Look where I live. This such thing happened. The president and the governor be working together. Even the press conference, two of them will be standing. Even the day the military was telling you how they rescued that people, that governor will be standing there. There's no way you can exclude that man from anything you rescuing those children. There's no way. That man who supposed to be the head of the rescue mission because it happened in the state and he's the governor of the state. He's the chief secretary of the state. But Nigeria is otherwise. The federalism we are talking about is not working in Nigeria. That's nothing like federation in Nigeria, whereby somebody every month governors go to Abuja and collect allocations and share among themselves. Oh, come on. Oh, please. God bless you. But I pray that Nigerians, please stand up. Don't allow these people to come back to power next year. Otherwise, if you allow them, that is the end of the whole thing. Bye-bye from here, from Germany.
Lagos, you don't have anything to say after that, do you? You know, last week I told you about the Chinese government subsidies and how the Chinese government subsidizes the Chinese economy so that Chinese people can flourish not only within China, but outside of China. And I just thought maybe this guy could have just been, ranting and going on about nothing. So if you just random Googles, the sentence is not even correct. Because I was listening to him and still trying to figure out this whole German subsidy thing. Yeah, the German government practically subsidizes their lives at this point. Housing and energy transition, electric vehicle mobility is subsidized, business startup and the German industry is also subsidized. Education and research is subsidized. So can someone just Google German subsidy on food? Because that's the only thing I don't have right now. It's obvious that he didn't quite like. And then we know of the Chinese when I told you that one last week. I was reading about it and I was like, oh, wow, no wonder these guys are everywhere doing good. We hold it to be worthy of note. And we think that Nigeria needs to move forward. So the topic on the show this afternoon is, can Nigeria move forward with all these plenty issues? Because it seems as though some people are interpreting the issues as trivial or trifling and able to be glossed over. And you can just kidnap somebody, release them, and we're on to the next. And then the next one is another kidnap situation in Kogi State. It's like, well, we would like to move forward, but can we? And then I injected into the conversation someone who tagged me to a link where people were discussing about businesses closing. I even wanted to discuss the flooding. As you can see, time has taken all our day. I'm still taking commentary on this very one. You're on Nigeria Info. Welcome. My name's Joyce. What's yours? Can you hear me? Hello? Sorry, I cannot hear you. If you can hear me, you have to call me back. Good afternoon to you. Hello? Can you hear me? Hey, friend.
Hello, Joyce. Hello.
Afternoon. Welcome. You're on the sunny side. Thank you very much for being on Nigeria Info.
Well done. You seem to be the only OAP on Nigeria Info that doesn't give people callers a timeline or a time limit. And for the last guy that spoke, I think it took too much time.
Okay.
I think we should start limiting time for everybody that calls so that a lot more people could call in. It's just observation, really. But no, you have a very good listening here, so I think that's one good thing about you, I'll say. Okay, beyond that, the Nigerian situation, I want to touch or come from the angle of what the First Lady said some time ago about this whole Accra thing. And then I heard you just say this afternoon that you think that people can actually make money for frying a car. Nobody said frying a car is wrong or there's anything bad about it. But the truth is that can really make money out of a car. I don't know, have you ever seen a millionaire or billionaire who made money from a car business? Joyce, maybe you could share with us.
Oh, no, I wasn't. No, I wasn't justifying her sensibilities. I was explaining the conditions under which such a thing could have been possible as it was in the 2000s, in the early 2000s, where I gave an example of how foreigners came into the Nigerian economy that was apparently seemingly stable, and they plugged themselves into the unskilled sector of society. And they made money, I want to believe, but not in this world today where every other economic factor doesn't make that possibility a reality. And so in a sense, it's almost like mockery or maybe just a lack of ideas. Maybe that's a better way to put it. It's a lack of ideas. So I wasn't justifying it. I was trying to pry into the sensibility of her logicality and see, well, maybe this would have worked 20 years ago. And it's funny because these days, if we send our children to school, and it's funny, the graduate example she used, that the graduate goes to school, comes back, no job, and fries a car. Aren't we ashamed of that?
Yeah, so that even explains or even sheds more light on how bad things have become in the country. A graduate who is choice, it's out of because they have no option, and just instead of remaining idle after not getting a job, instead of remaining idle, why don't I just find something to do with my hands and pass away time, until I get something better. It's all for survival. Joyce, 90% of people who fry a car, I can bet you that they do it for survival's sake, not because that's what they really want to do.
I agree.
Yes, because I love a car myself. And so maybe that's where my interest is coming from. I love a car myself. It's a delicacy I love very well. But then look at it this way, Joyce. I can give you a brief of how a business has gone from now to about 5 years back, till about COVID, because it's something I know very well since it's a delicacy I indulge in a lot. So now let me tell you, the average woman who fries a car is a poor woman. Let me use it that way.
You told me, you criticized me about time. I just wanted to put you on your own word now.
Yes. So, yes. I'm not going to take as much time, but I'll just quickly do this analogy and then I'll be off. So, their background.
You're breaking up.
Let's put it bluntly. I'll say that this.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You were breaking up for a moment. Go ahead.
So this akara fryers, people who indulge in that business, their backgrounds are not very rosy. So they come from a very financially challenged background. I don't want to use the word poor, but if I want to use the real word to refer to them, that's where they are. That's where they come from.
And it's not inaccurate to say poor. Now, in today's economy, it's not inaccurate.
Yes. A lot of them would rather not do that business if they had another better choice, if they had a better choice. Let me put it that way. So it's not as if it's something that the First Lady wants Nigerians to defer to, and then you are telling people that they should go into a kuli business. Do you know it's bookie that prepare and sell kuli? The level where it is, and it's something that it's the most common kind of thing you can find among artisans and very poor people up north.
Yeah, I think so.
Up north. So I school in north, so I know I can also say one or two things about that too. Kuli is something that the poorest of the poor engage in. It's not a lucrative. It's not a very. I don't know how to put it.
It's not a skill. It's no kind of
skill.
It's
not a skill. It's even something people prepare in their homes when they need something to eat. Something they easily do because it's made out of granules. So it's something they can granulate, and then there's a way they fry it, mash it together, and put it together, and then it comes out the way it is. So it's not even an industry. It's not even a cottage industry per se. Nobody is only now that you go to certain supermarkets in Lagos, for instance, you now start seeing those things packaged in nice looking wrappers and all of that. Joyce, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
I do, man. I totally
and then
do.
They say they're supporting them. They're exporting them. They're selling them in supermarkets now, so that the tush people like you can go there and give me a bag of kuli and some. That's it. So it's not something we glorify. Even though people who are producing those things, I'm not sure they are smiling to the bank in millions.
All right, thank
you. So
you.
when the First Lady comes and says that people should, and you want to empower them with 50K, I did, Joyce, if I have a way, I don't know if I can send it to this WhatsApp line. I'll send you a breakdown, because I did a breakdown of that kuli business and the akara business and what you would take to start akara business right now. The equipment, the tools, and then the raw materials itself, the beans, the tomato, whatever pepper you need to add into it, and all of that. But to start, I gave you a break, and it came to nothing less than Naira. And the First Lady is talking about giving people 50K or about 100K to start business. What are we talking about? Well,
someone asked me to ask you to end the call.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I want to take my own time.
No. You have to now lead by example. You have to be exemplary.
No, Joyce, you are the regulator, so you've not set the regulation yet. You've not put a timer.
Okay,
so until you put a timer,
end the call. I've put the time. Guy, end the call one.
All right.
Thank you. That was informative. WhatsApp. Let's go to WhatsApp.
Good afternoon, Joyce. This is a sad one. How can we move forward? My love, may Nigeria never happen to you. My baba closed down his shop, sold his equipment, and relocated back to his village, Benue, because rent was increased and cost management. Joyce, a week after, he was part of the attack in Benue, and now he's no more. A week later.
Oh, God.
He left to his village because, he couldn't afford it, and now he's gone after the attack.
Read the next message. I don't know what to say.
Good afternoon, Joyce. Samson, containing Makinde probe, once you join APC, they say your sins are forgiven. So once you depart the party, your sins will be resurrected. Which way in Nigeria political class? I don't know. So our first lady, we hail thee. Food business is a big business. McDonald's, KFC, Mr. Biggs all started small. So it's imperative that Akara business might work. But do the people who want to buy the Akara have money to do so? Also, most countries grew through agriculture, then to industrialization. The problem is giving the conducive environment to farm and export. Hi Joyce, did you just say there's nothing wrong with frying Akara? Please resign from your current job and go start Akara business.
I can't, man.
Oh my God.
Like, that's a God forbid moment right there.
At the time they were frying Akara, how much just...
Well, for the break, we'll be right back.
Number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
Dropping a cube, let the flavors flow. Watch every meal, steal the show. Terra, ooh, Terra. Aroma rising, filling the room. Turning dinners a joy to consume. Terra, ooh, Terra.
Terra Q or Rap Joy. Unleash taste. The nation's most brilliant young minds gear up for the National Secondary School Debate Tournament. It's the season finale of the I Beg to Differ Secondary Schools Debate Tournament Season 9. 10th of August at 3 p.m. Lagos, Abuja, and Port Harcourt will come alive. Champions from Abuja, Port Harcourt, and Lagos will go shoulder to shoulder for the crown of the Champion of Champions. 16 secondary schools, 3 daily debates, 4 weeks of intense matchups. Who will be the Champion of Champions of the I Beg to Differ Season 9? The final lap of the journey begins August 10 at 3 p.m. For sponsorship inquiries, email info@nigeriainfo.fm or I beg to differ @nigeriainfo.fm. I Beg to Differ, the Tournament of Champions.
So debaters, the floor is now yours.
Dropping a cube, let the flavors flow. Watch every meal, steal the show. Terra, ooh, Terra. Aroma rising, filling the room. Turning dinners a joy to consume. Terra, ooh, Terra.
Terra Q or Rap Joy. Unleash taste.
The spotlight is always on the issues that deserve attention.
The flooding I saw yesterday in parts of Accra.
The condition is worse than Nigeria.
But secretly, some people say, should we blame them for
The
that?
sand filling has done it. And who is the biggest sand filler in Lagos?
Custodians of the law are the breakers of the law.
Is saying we should not blame Tinubu. Tinubu will not be in the front line.
Can't negotiate the right road by taking a wrong turn.
Right on the station that talks. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. Let's talk.
Lagos, Nigeria, welcome to the season finale of the I Beg to Differ Debate Tournament, the Tournament of Champions. 16 of Nigeria's finest secondary schools, 3 debates every day, 4 weeks of fierce intellectual battles, and only one question remains. And that question is, who will be crowned the champion of champions. It's absolutely going to be epic. The final lap begins Monday, August 10 at 3 p.m. And we're talking about champions from Abuja, from Port Harcourt and Lagos. They will go head to head, shoulder to shoulder, in the ultimate battles of ideas, of logic, and yes, of persuasion. That's what it's about. Come and witness brilliance, witness courage, and witness history in the making. For sponsorship inquiries, please email info@nigeriainfo.fm or I beg to differ at nigeriainfo.fm. You cannot afford to miss this amazing debate. I beg to differ, the tournament of champions.
Lagos, if you're on WhatsApp, just tell me you love me, because that's the only way this is going to end. We can't read everything. We'll just do as much as we can, okay? Desmond's in the studio, and I have to hand over to him. Very interesting conversation today. Yeah, and... okay, what's up?
Good afternoon, Joyce. How can we move forward? May Nigeria... Okay, that's about the Baba guy. Person sent it again. Okay. Good afternoon, Joyce. The speaker was saying thrash and condescending on Akara and kuli sellers. Yes, kuli is a snack people can make at home. Perhaps he didn't know that the Coca-Cola and other international brands of beverages he consumes too were started by individuals because they expanded just as kuli is now being packaged and sold in supermarkets today.
So hold on a second. So do me a favor. Nigerians, maybe this is how I'm going to end the show today. I know you believe in yourself, so you think that what you think is correct. And I can understand that. I would like for you to call me and give me your opinion. But the moment you say someone else is talking trash, and I've already faulted your logic. For example, this guy, and it's happened again yesterday. This guy now, you think that kuli can be a cottage industry, can be a lucrative industry because there's Coca-Cola, there's this one, there's that one, there's that one. The guy who called from Germany tells you that he opened a bakery in his village. He took a loan where the interest rate was affordable to him
3%,
to pay.
Just 3.
Have you gone to take a loan in a Nigerian bank today? So here is what your logic isn't doing. And I don't think it's a lack of intelligence. I just think you did not necessarily evaluate all your factors. Is that you didn't look at every other informing element that doesn't say frying akara is wrong, but that at this point frying akara is not a solution to a sustainable economy if the economic factors are not in place. But you said that the person who called, maybe it's the first guy from Germany or the one who queried me about letting people talk so much, you have said one of them or both of them are talking trash. Okay. I can't even respect your opinion because it's not sophisticated. So if there was any trash in this entire situation, it would be yours. No, not you, Desmond. It would be yours. So do me a favor. If you have an opinion, you can just give it to me and I can take it. But if you dismiss somebody else and you demean them, then we have to test the logicality of your own sensibility. And if we find you to be lacking, then we shove your opinion back in your face. The sun has set. My work's done. We'll continue this Nigeria next week on the show. We'll wrap it up.
Hey, fire in the air, man. Deaf people. Whoa. Thank God she said the trash wasn't mine, no, because she was